Alright, good morning guys, Josh is here again. Yesterday, in yesterday's vlog, I said that I was going to do something really fun and interesting today, and then I walked outside and my brother still hasn't picked up his car from his friend's house, and mine's still at the mechanic, so I currently have only my scooter as a mode of transport, which severely limits everything that I wanted to do today. But we're going to make it a fun day nonetheless. I have got to take my laptop into the city to get fixed. I might take my drone with my new drone holder, and I really want to get some shots of Adelaide Oval, and then I'm going to come home and we're going to make my famous salt and pepper crispy tofu together. It's going to be like a Jamie Oliver's cooking special. So let's get the day started. Let's go drop off the laptop, and I think I've got everything I need for the tofu, but let's go drop off the laptop, get some shots of Adelaide Oval, and then we'll come home and we can do the tofu. We are ready to go to the city now to drop off my laptop and get some drone shots. I've got my drone here. Whee! Almost lost it. I've got my skateboard, which I will attach to my scooter, because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to park where I want to park, and walking is for the losers. So let's head into the city. Alright, made it into the city. It is absolutely packed tonight. Oh shit, just got hit in the shoulder with a drone. Lucky I brought my skateboard because all the normal parks are taken. So now I get to make my way around Adelaide. They said it could take a little bit longer than I first anticipated, so that's a little bit annoying, but I'm out of breath. Let's go to Adelaide Oval, see if we can get some drone shots before we get in trouble for that. So I've skated here to Adelaide Oval, which is behind me. I found myself a nice shady spot to set up the drone. Looked into the SD slot, and yet again I've left the SD card at home. And this time it's not as easy as just riding home, because it's just heaps out of the way. So I'm going to have a fly around anyway. I might see if I can get a little bit of it on my phone. I watched a video the other day of Casey Neistat, and he was saying that he leaves his at home all the time, and I was like, nobody does that. He's obviously just, it happens. Like, micro SD cards are heaps annoying because I can't even put this SD card into the drone. So I'm just gonna have a fly around, then I'm gonna head home and make some tofu. That would have been a really good shot. There was some very good shots, so I'm definitely going to have to come back and remember my SD card, but that has to wait for another day. Alright, home again now. That was a massive waste of time, but I dropped my Mac off, so it's not all too bad. But we are now going to do the first episode of Cooking with Josh, which is my world famous salt and pepper tofu. So what you're going to need is tofu. I chose semi-dried tofu because it's kind of cooked for you. You will need a knife, a chopping board, a dish to store your seasoning, a little bit of onion. I have gone with red, salt, ground white pepper, chili grounds, a little bit of oil. I have gone with vegetable, and then a pot. I more commonly go with a wok because it's large. And that's what you're going to need. First things first, get some paper towel, scrunch up the paper towel, get your vegetable oil, place a little bit on the towel, and then coat your pan just to ensure that all of the surface has been oiled and greased, and then you can go ahead and cut your tofu. So what we're going to do first is cut our tofu. Now you can cut your tofu however you please. I like to have reasonably thin slices so that way it's nice and crunchy, but you still get a little bit of softness in the middle. So yeah, we're going to cut our tofu and then we're going to fry it off, make it nice and crispy, and then it's time to make our seasoning. So let's get cutting. Open your tofu like so. Be a little bit of water, that's nothing to worry about. Now this is reasonably thick tofu, so how am I going to cut it? I might cut it in thirds. Let's cut it in thirds. Let's just live a little in thirds. Rough thirds. And then I might cut it like this. So that way we have nice little rectangles. And that will be our tofu piece. Oh, that will be our tofu piece. So if we do that for all of the tofu. Now we have all of our tofu in roughly the same size. Like so. Now we're going to heat up the pan to a medium heat and fry them off on all sides to make them nice and crispy. Alright, turn our stove on. Put it down to a medium heat, like so. Add a little bit of oil to the pan, because we're going to essentially shallow fry them. And what we want to do is make sure that we regularly turn the pieces of tofu, so that they are getting equal contact time with the hot surface, as we don't want some sides more burnt than the other. So we're going to add it like this. Whacked it. All of our tofu in. Fry it up nice and crispy. The longer you cook your tofu for, the crunchier it will become. So this way we go on all flat sides first, because the flat sides are easier. So if we cook a large surface area first, flip it to the other large surface area, that way we know we'll have two crunchy sides, and then from there that we can do little cooks on the sides like so. But we'll cook these sides first and then we'll come back. Alright, tofu's been cooking away for a little while now. Should be in these middle bits getting a little bit nice and brown. Maybe a little bit longer because I like it nice and crunchy. And the crunchier it is, the more true to the crunchy salt and pepper tofu title it becomes. Alright, our tofu is going nice and brown now, you can see here. Nice, is it going to focus? Maybe. Nice and brown. So we will now begin to turn it over. Alright, once you're happy with the crunchiness of your tofu, you're going to take it out and place it on your chopping board or plate with some paper towel to absorb the excess oils. That's the easy way. Alright, to create our seasoning, it is going to be half salt. So if you fill the bottom of your small dish with salt, as so, that might be a bit much, but I've got a lot of tofu, you can't see it. and then it will be half ground chili powder, like so, and half ground pepper, and that's literally it. That's all you need essentially for an easy salt and pepper mix. Give it a slight shake, mix up. We're going to cut up our onions as it's only very rough and it's a slight flavour, so you don't need that much. You also don't need to cut it that fine. It's more of a garnish, like so. Like that. Turn your pan back on. And we're now cooking with gas. Heat up your pan, chuck in your onions. They will slowly cook. If you've got crushed garlic, you can use crushed garlic as well. Garlic's not essential, but add your tofu into the pan. And then you can slowly add your seasoning to taste. So I like mine very salty, so I go a bit heavy. You might not. Fry it off with the onions and the garlic if you used it. And your salt and pepper seasoning. And then dish it up. Dishing up salt and pepper tofu is very, very simple. Put it in a bowl. Like so. And you're done. That's how you make my world famous salt and pepper tofu. Other serving suggestions is you can, when you're frying it off, you can add some fresh chili or some shallots, or you can add those as a garnish afterwards. But I thought I would just do a bare minimum, bare essentials, easy version so that everybody can play along, and some people don't really like that much chili. Serving suggestions are, there's normally a side dish, so you wouldn't normally eat it by itself, but I just ate all of that by myself, and I normally just dip it into some soy sauce. So you normally have it as a side with your fried rice or your stir fry, or you can add it on top, or you can mix it in. However you really wish. It's very versatile. It's a versatile dish. And that concludes today's vlog. It's still sunny outside, but I'm only going to watch my sister play netball this afternoon. And I don't think they'd really appreciate me running around with the camera, so I won't be filming them. But that concludes today's vlog. If you enjoyed it, please click on a video here, and that pushes me up the ratings with YouTube, and you can subscribe by clicking my face. All you have to do is click it. If you click this one, I go up in the algorithm and I get shown to more people and I get more views, and then I'm just overly ecstatic about everything. Thanks for watching. Look after yourselves. Take it easy. Peace.